This is Rocco Mediate. I'm on Chasin Birdies.
What's up, y'all? We're back here for another episode of Chasin Birdies. That's what we're doing right now, huh?
We are Chasin Birdies. We did this past weekend. I was fortunate enough to play Pikewood National, Pete Dye Spring Skins. We were with Brandon Katzef. I was kind enough to be my host at Pete Dye. You
Good
played
day.
in the West Virginia matches. Everyone's happy here.
I mean, golf season is right around the corner. It's here.
It's here. It is here. I mean, it's been a little struggle to get to this point. It was snowing the other freaking day. Last week, Tuesday, I'm driving to the airport 4 a.m. in the morning. It's shitting snow.
I know. It's just a weird time, I guess. You know, spring's right here. We're in spring, and the weather never wants to cooperate. But we're getting closer, my man. And I'll tell you what, talking about golf a little bit, man, we got one today, huh?
We got a golfer.
A golfer, like a pro.
Yeah, I mean, this cat, 6 times on the PGA Tour he's won.
Mm-hmm.
He's on the Champions Tour right now. He lost in a playoff to the GOAT, Tiger Woods, which is hilarious that he calls him the kid. He still calls him the kid. We were watching the Masters with him at Nemacolin, and it was hilarious to see him call the kid. But we have Rocco Mediate from Greensburg, Pennsylvania, our backyard, on today's episode, talking a little bit about his equipment, his J's. I mean, my man had Jordans on. He's
59, my man.
59 years old, and he's rocking the J's, the Lululemon, smoking cigars inside. He is as cool as the other side of the pillow.
And he doesn't wear a glove.
Doesn't wear a glove.
Dude, last time I didn't wear a glove, my left thumb had a blister like the size of my whole thumb.
Mm-hmm.
That was massive. So
it's been awesome. I mean, again, thank you to Lynx Brewing. This episode is brought to you by Lynx Brewing. Go check them out at lynxbrewing.com. They're brewing the Chasin Birdies Blonde Ale, which was launched at Nemacolin, a sponsor of ours, during the Masters party, and it was freaking dynamite. People were loving it. And again, make sure you go check them out. They have other offerings, and their beer is damn good.
yeah, it's delicious.
But we also want to thank Rocco's agent, Eddie Smith, for helping us get this dialed in with Rocco at Nemacolin. Rocco is so cool, man. I love that he's a straight shooter, right? And that's me too, but huh?
Well, with your words maybe, but not with the golf ball. Well, I mean, sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It just depends.
There you go, depending upon the day. Check him out on Instagram, Rocco_golf. He's trying to put up some good footage of himself here while he navigates the Champions Tour, which, by the way, he's won 4 times on. So I think it's time. Let's roll this bad boy into Rocco Mediate. As you all know by now, Chasin Birdies is proud to be partners with Holderness and Bourne. Check them out online at hbgolf.com. Holderness and Bourne makes fabulous pieces that help you look good on the course, even if your game is not up to par. Check out their new arrivals now for this golf season. Also, head on over to chasinbirdies.com to get some custom Chasin Birdie gear from Holderness and Bourne. We'll continue to drop these pieces through every season. That's chasinbirdies.com and Holderness and Bourne at hbgolf.com. All right, y'all, we're back here for another episode of Chasin Birdies, and man, we are so ecstatic about today's guest in person here at Nemacolin. We got Mr. Rocco Mediate, and my man, he is looking good.
He looks good.
Smoke and mirrors.
I mean,
Smoke and mirrors.
they say when
And you're
get
smoking them.
Yeah, I am smoking. Yeah, a little. What do I have here right now?
Sorry, we'll send you the bill.
Tattoo. Ooh.
cigar smoker.
Ooh. Don't tell him we can't smoke in here. Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
So how you doing?
I'm good. I'm always glad to be home.
Yeah, Greensburg, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
Greensburg, PA.
I love coming home. I love where I come from, and I like all the people here except for you guys.
Yeah.
Well, just because you're sitting here. If it was anybody else, I'd say the same thing. But no, I love coming home. I really do. I always have, and I miss being here more than I am.
So when did you move out of Greensburg? Was it when you were
when I left to go to Florida Southern in 1982? Mm-hmm. So I went to Cal State right up the street here.
Yeah.
Cal U.
80, fall of 80, 81. Then I had a few issues. And people that know, if they hear this, they know exactly what those issues were. I left, and I went to Florida Southern.
So did you play for Doug Gordon?
No, I played for Coach Floyd Schuler.
Okay, so Doug Gordon I know very well, who was there forever.
Yeah, Coach Schuler. And I went down to Florida Southern and played for Coach Matlock, who was unreal.
That's awesome.
Yeah. It's cool.
And so then
that's when I left. That's when I left.
And
I kind of, once I got that, I played for, 2.5 years at Florida Southern. And then in '84, I didn't graduate actually. And in the fall of '85, I qualified for the tour, and I never went home.
Never looked back.
I went home, but I mean, I lived in Florida.
And that was it.
Yeah.
That was it. Yeah, I had no business qualifying for the tour, to tell you the truth. None. But
so how much has that changed to now?
It's completely changed. So I was just telling, I don't know who I was telling inside, but like a bunch of us got out there. Like Davis was in the class I was at tour school. Obviously the 1 week thing. But Davis was exceedingly accomplished. Like I was not accomplished at all. He was like one of the best players in the country. And we both made it through the qualifying school. He was kind of ready to go play with the big boys. I was not even close to playing with them. And I knew it. So before I hit a shot on the tour, I can tell you the story if you want to hear, because it's pretty cool.
Yeah, let it go.
So anyway, I go and I get my card somehow. And I only tried tour school because I didn't want to go back 10 years later and go, I wonder if I was ever good enough to play out there with those guys. And I made it. We qualified at Greenleaf, which doesn't exist anymore, but we played there every couple of weeks at school. So I knew the golf course, made it. Finished 25th out of 50. They only had one chance that back then, if you missed, you're out for a year. There's no Hogan.
So there was no 25
no,
out of 50, but you didn't have to get top 20, top 10?
No, you had to, top 50 got a
top
card.
50. Okay.
And it was once a year, that's it.
That's it.
There was no other tour but the PGA Tour and the mini tours.
Yep.
There was no, whatever it's called now, there's none of that. So either if you missed, you had a year off. You can play little tournaments, but you can't play in the tour.
Okay.
I get to my first event is AT&T in '86, Pebble.
I was born then.
Mm-hmm. So that's my first one. Get off the airplane. They gave you a vinyl briefcase when you got your card. It had like the PGA Tour emblem, blue vinyl briefcase. I'm walking off the airplane like I am golf. I'm a PGA Tour player. I'm the greatest player that ever lived already. I made a shot. So I get off the plane, get in the car, drive to the polo fields, which is where we practice there. Now it's a nice, pretty range. Get there and meet my caddy, and I say to Al, this is on a Monday, I think. I said, hey, Al, or maybe Tuesday. I said, hey, I'm going to walk up and down the range real quick. I'll be back in like 20 minutes. Because I wanted to go see my idols. I wanted to go see Watson and
watch him
hit. And I want to see him. So I walk 3 hours later. And I was like, what the fuck? I said, no, I'm sorry. I was watching. So as I was watching my guys hit that I love to watch, I would be behind him. I'd watch Watson hit a shot, and I go, can't do that. Watch Trevino, can't do that. Nicholas, can't do that. The whole way down the line, I couldn't do one thing they were doing. I hadn't hit a shot yet. So I go into the locker room, and I get in the phone. Dial the phone, call Ricky Smith, who I've worked with for 37 years. Yeah, Rick, it's Rock. Yeah. Oh, no, it's beautiful out here. Yeah, no. I have no chance to survive. We have to change now. I want to start drawing it. He goes, what are you talking about? I said, I want to start drawing it. We're changing now. I got nothing. I did a shot. Not one shot have I hit on the PGA Tour. And I already knew that I had no chance. So that took the heat off. Now, of course, I made the cut somehow, Pebble. They rained it out after 3 rounds. Made $1,650.
Wow.
But I made the cut. So I was pretty happy. Didn't make another one until May. That was January. Made the cut at Canadian Open. And Rick and I just, we'd been working all the time. Things were starting to turn, but not much.
Right.
We were turning, though. It was getting better, more confident. So I make the cut at Canadian Open at Glen Abbey. And I get paired with Norman, third round. We both make the cut in the number. We're like last place. So I'm excited. I couldn't wait. I was nervous.
Greg Norman.
But hanging out with Mr. Palmer all those years, he can't scare me. What do you got, Mr. Palmer or Norman? There's no comparison.
Right.
Greg who?
Right, yeah.
So, but I was nervous because he was the best player there was. And he was awesome. And he was really good, and he was nice to us. He was nice to me. I shoot 72. I am ecstatic. Beat me by 10.
Oh, God.
Shot 62. Won the tournament the next day. We both made the cut in the number. I finished I moved up 5 spots. So I finished I was happy.
So Norman wins. He shoots 10 under, then wins the event.
Wins the event the next day. Yeah. I never saw
what the hell are you
it.
thinking? I mean, that's
well, I'm just watching going, what the hell is going on here? Because simply, they talk about drivers, and I'll talk about Norman for a second, whether you like him or hate him. He was the greatest driver of the golf ball, period. And that was back with wood clubs. Okay. This is 86. We didn't get the metal. I think I switched metal like July or August of 86. So this was still wood, persimmon. But Norman was the straightest and the longest for his whole career. See, they talk about Rory, who's awesome, and they can't drive it in the ocean from the beach compared to Norman. Or Faldo was a ridiculous, didn't hit far, but drove the ass end out of it. Only got 6 majors.
He could drive it up in Nat's ass,
right? From 300, yeah, from 250. I mean, that's what Elkington said about Monty. Monty won when Elk beat Monty at Riv and for the PGA in '95. Elk goes, we went back and studied Monty's swing because he could drive it up in Nat's ass from 270 yards, and he could. So that was my first. So as I kept learning that year, I started to make cuts. I made the last 7 cuts, but I finished like 35th every time. And back then, that was like $3,000, maybe $2,000. And I knew I was going to miss my card, so I was like, well, all right. I had to go qualify twice. I had to go to the regional, shot like 15 under, finished 3rd at tour school. But I knew it. See, I knew that with what the game I had, I got nothing.
So is that because of this? Do you feel like you saw that you needed to make changes? You made those changes. Do you feel like that's why? Obviously, you've had other successes, but is that what really got the ball rolling for you?
Yes, totally. With, Rick goes, you really want to do this? I said, no, I have to do it because I can't do anything with what I have.
And that's really crazy because a PGA Tour player doesn't want to make a change of that magnitude.
No, it was a complete reversal of everything I'd ever done. I'd only been playing golf 5 years. I'm on tour. I'm telling you, when I was 15, I was 21, I got my card. I was playing 5 years.
That's crazy.
Promise you. Davis always laughs at it. He goes, 5 years? I've been playing my whole life. I said, well, we're only 20. It's not that we're playing that long. So, I played 5 years, had a card.
Unreal.
But
wasn't Nicholas and those guys hitting cuts?
Yeah, I didn't like cuts.
And you wanted to hit
because
a draw.
I hit cuts, weak cuts, and I wanted away from that. And he goes, all right, let's do it. I said, and we did. And we did things that I was the guinea pig, basically, of what we were trying to do, Rick and I. And what we tried to do back then, they're all trying to do now.
Which is what?
Motion behind, trapping of the club off the face, not the rotation of the forearms. Counterclockwise rotation of the forearms, not clockwise. Think about it for just a second.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
So we're taught to toe in the air.
Yeah, good luck. Best wishes on that.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what we're taught as.
You got it.
Instead, now they're going.
It's a trap. So the more I trap this way with the face looking at the ball forever, the more the club stands up and gets dead square. I liked it across because why? I want it to come from the end, so I draw.
Yep.
Okay? So guys would watch me swing in the mid-'80s when Rick would have the camera on his shoulder. We didn't have these cameras.
Yeah, right.
There was a freaking VHS camera. He'd be video, and they'd go, what are you idiots doing? I said, we're learning. I'm 22. Like that. So they would watch me. Oh, my God, you sway so much, and what are you doing? I said, you know what? Just watch the fucking ball.
That's right.
You tell me what's happening. Because it's big, high, center strike draws forever, still. From the same motion back and through, and very shallow at the bottom. No big holes in the ground. So long irons look like short irons, straight up in the air. And that's how it happened. And now people are moving in more. No one stayed static. That was, Jack got way in behind it. Hogan, way in behind it. I think Hogan kept his head still. My ass. He moved big time behind it.
He's my favorite golfer of all time.
I'll show you a slow-mo swing of his. Hogan had absolutely zero shaft lean at address. Zero. His handle was right in the middle of his stance. I'll show it to you. Then he moved back in behind it, 8 inches, and 14 past it. Keeping his head still.
We'll get to the number 14 here soon enough. We got to talk about that number. So what did somebody like, you make the PGA Tour, you're from Pittsburgh. What did somebody like Arnold Palmer do for your career, Mr. Palmer, do
Mr.
for
Palmer.
your career being from, well, he's on fire, boys.
No, I'm not. I'm good. Sorry. Well, I met him, and that's another good story. So if you want to hear another one, it's Chris Adams, who was a dear friend of Mr. Palmer's, and Danny Bonard, dear friend of Mr. Palmer's. I traveled with him a lot when they were not kids, but 20s, and they'd watch him play, and they became good friends, members at Latrobe. Always promised me they would get me a game with them, and I said, no, that's great, but I was too nervous to play. I was too shy. I was very shy back then. I mean, I couldn't look you. I'd be looking like this talking to you back then. I wouldn't even be looking.
Times have changed, huh?
Times have changed. Probably should have been the other. Anyway, so I'm at Greensburg Country Club ready to play with my buddies on Wednesday morning. I forget the date. And I get the pro shop. Danny calls the pro shop, says, hey, Rock, come on over. We got a big money game over here. And they were teaching me to play for money. They didn't say anything about Mr. Palmer. I never even thought about it. I told my buddies, hey, guys, I'm out. I got to go to Latrobe. So I blew them
bailed.
off. I bailed them out. It was terrible. So I drive to Latrobe all of 12 minutes. I get there and I park in the parking lot. I'm walking around past the pro shop, past the thing, and I walk around the corner. And when Mr. Palmer would warm up, he'd have a shag bag on the first tee box and hit balls down number 1 fairway before he played. Then he'd go get the cart and drive. There's no range then. So as I walk around the corner, there he is. He's like 70, 50 yards away. I see him hitting balls on the thing. I started to turn around because I'm leaving. I ain't doing this
You're
shit.
out.
I'm not ready for this. Hey, Rock. Chris sees me. I'm like, mother. Yeah, hey. So I walk over. So now I have to go meet him. I'm dying. I can't look at it. I mean, as soon as he shook my hand, it was like, oh, I've known you for like 50 years. I'm only 20. I'm 19. I've known him for my whole life. First time. And so we went out and played. I shot 3 under. He shot 2 under, and he was pissed. I got $20. But all through all the years of being in his office and playing at Laurel and Latrobe, I learned.
That's it.
There's nobody else you would.
Who else? There's nobody.
Nobody.
Nobody even close.
Nobody.
Mr. Palmer is just everything about that guy is just.
Yeah, he was tough. He was tough. He was really tough, but it was good. He was
Big
good.
hands.
Huge. He was a monster. Yeah, and he just loved. I mean, he'd sit in the rain. He'd watch me hit balls for hours sometimes because he always liked the way I hit it. It was pretty cool. I mean, I was looking at him like, what? He goes, no, you do things you're not supposed to do with the ball, especially this way. Make
Left.
it go high to the left. Harder to. It's easy to go low left, but high soft left is hard. And I got good at that. So he loved that because he liked it to hook, but he can never get it in the air because it's the way he played.
So you make your career, you start making a career on the PGA Tour. You win your first event. What was that like? Did you feel like, okay, I made it? Some people win one, and sometimes you never hear from them again. You've won 6 times on the PGA Tour.
Yeah, I switched putters that fall. I was with Jim Ferree at Long Cove in the fall of '91 playing. And he goes, you need to putt better. I said, no shit, you need to putt better. He goes, we'll try this. And Jimmy had a long putter, the 49 inches right above the chest. He goes, hit some with this. I went, I'm not. He goes, no, hit some. See what it does. I putted like 9 holes, made like 6 birdies. I'd never took one in my life. He goes, put it there and move your shoulders. I went, all right. I went, holy crap. So I called Ping and I said, hey, can you make this putter and this? And they did. So they sent it to me. And I putted with it in the fall. And then I go out to the first. Now, my night, there's only one other guy that had one, Litsky. I don't even know if he had it yet.
Bruce Litsky.
I think he did, though. I go out west to start the tour, and I think it was Tucson maybe the first week. I don't remember. And I got the long putter with me. And Wormy, you know Wormy? Guys at Laurel.
I've heard of him.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So he's out there and he loves what's happening. The putts are going in. He's just practicing. So Wednesday night I said, Kenny, I can't do this tomorrow. They're going to kill me. They're going to bust my ass because they didn't like that. The old school Watson killed me on it. Mr. Palmer didn't like it. He didn't like it at all.
So he criticized you.
He goes, what are you doing that for? I said, well, because I need to make putts. It's not cheating because it was legal. So I'm not cheating, but they didn't like it. I get it. It's all right. But anyway, I said, Wormy, I said, I'm not doing this. He goes, if you don't show up with that tomorrow, I'm out. Now,
so he's pissed.
He's mad.
Yeah.
Because he knows. I said, obviously, I show up with it. So I play 6 events on the West Coast, and I finish in the top 10 6 straight times. And then I win Durrell. I led greens in regulation, and putting, I was like 30th. But still, I didn't need to be the best putter because I was already hitting up more greens than everybody. So all of a sudden, boom. Then I win, and I played good after that, and I won 5 times with it and once with a shorty.
Yeah, see,
big deal. I was the Antichrist back then.
And I don't know. I mean, personally speaking,
I love the belly putter.
Well, I know they banned it, right? I mean,
gone. Yeah, but I was out. See, I quit that in 08, 09. So it didn't affect me, but they shouldn't have banned it anyway because it's a stupid rule to ban it. Why would you do that?
So so you finish top 10 in those 6 events on the West Coast. Which courses were those?
Tucson, Riv, which is my favorite place in the world. Although Fazio did destroy it, most of it. It's still got the bones. Pebble Beach. Where else did I play out there? Palm Springs. Maybe it was 5 tournaments. Where else would we play?
Maybe
Phoenix. Phoenix, yeah. So all those.
Riviera has that.
Durrell.
But Durrell's back east.
Then I won Durrell.
Oh, yeah.
He won Durrell.
With the long putter, bud.
Then I finished like 7th at Bay Hill, something like that. It was a silly run.
You're really into your equipment right now. Were you always into your equipment as you are now?
Yeah, I learned quickly on why that was important.
And it is important.
It's what I do that makes me a living. I mean, if you ask me a question about my stuff, I know what the answer is. So if something breaks or something gets stolen, I can get just the same thing.
Now, do you think that's true across the board for people?
No.
To know
not one,
in and out?
No. I bet less than 50% no.
They just rely.
Aaron Dill said, there's players that they rely on me for the setups for the course, and I just hand them their wedges and they go hit it. They don't know.
That's literally, now Aaron is exceptional, but that's literally the stupidest thing you could ever possibly do.
As a player,
it's a dumb. No, Aaron. Like in other words, if I said to Aaron back when I used the Vogue stuff, which is great, build me this, build me that, I still got to know what that bounce feels like because it's not the same every time. My point is, if I have 4 or 5, I can trust someone like that. But why would you?
Right. Yeah,
yourself.
No. You're the one.
It's me.
So when you go through your bag, like, right now you're using Artisan wedges, which you've done that for the last couple of years, and I think it's so cool that you're using what to us is a no-name brand.
Mm-hmm, right.
He is incredible. Mm-hmm. Everyone knows about Mike down in Artisan.
Mike Taylor is a bad man, but he can do some stuff with wedges.
He did everything for Tiger's club build and everything through Tiger's career. Mm-hmm. He is now doing your wedges at Artisan. What's that process like for you as a PGA Tour player? Are you giving him feedback, or is he like, hey, Rock, I kind of see this in you?
No, I give him complete feedback. But when I first talked to him on the phone 3 years ago, Cameron Smith making a move. He said, I need to have wedges. Do you have wedges from like the last 30 years? He said, send me one from in the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s.
What, they just boxed you up and chipped you?
So I have that. So I send them to him, and he looks at them, and he blueprints them, he called it, which is he looks at all of them, sees what they are, measures all the stuff they measure, and then he comes up with and he said, this is what you have. This is why you're pretty good at it. He said, but you can be better because of this. So I said, well, build that. And that's what he does. He builds and once I built the first one, the 56 turned out perfect. We don't build anything different.
So for me, not that my game doesn't matter, Rock.
Yeah, but if you have a sand wedge you're in love with, and you're good at it with it, whatever level it is, and you want to get better, I tell everybody that I talk to, you guys, professional golfers, if you're serious about your game, you go see Mike Taylor, period. That's all you got to do.
What I find really cool, though, is that you don't use a 60-degree. He never has.
No,
when he was at Totter Ridge in Greensburg, Pennsylvania years back, he showed me hitting him bunker shots with a 5-iron. So cool. So badass. For me, my favorite club is a 60-degree.
Yeah, which is okay. There's nothing wrong with it.
But for me, when I sit that 60-degree down, when I open it, I want no space between turf and bottom groove.
Good luck.
When you sit his 56,
it does that.
56, it does that. So badass, because I set his wedge down, and you're looking at the bounce, and I said, how much bounce is on here? He said 14 degrees in the middle. What's his top?
And zero on top.
But the leading edge height is
How do you even
minimal.
get to that point?
Well, that's what I always had. Like Roger Cleveland built me a lot of great 485 wedges back in the day. The beryllium copper. Remember those days? Well, you're too young.
Oh, no. My parents had those. The BQs.
Yeah, see what I'm saying? Yeah, right. The beryllium coppers. And then
Deb still has
Vokey
it.
built great wedges. Roger Cleveland made me great wedges. There's not only one wedge person. But when you find a guy like Mike who's done it for 40 years and he's renowned at it, and he doesn't do it mass-produced. You can't buy one of his wedges anywhere.
There's no stock.
You can't buy one. You have to go get it, or at least call and say, like I've sent a lot of people that like my clubs I let them hit they go, this is perfect. Well, you just tell Mike to build my grind. Done. And you pay for them. He just sent out a letter saying he's upping the prices of his wedges because of stuff like that to $350. Mm-hmm. It should be $3,050. Okay? $350 is a joke how cheap that is. Because he spends if he builds me a club and you a club, he's spending the same time.
Right.
They're all hand ground. There's no machines. They mill the grooves in. That's it. They do nothing else with the machine. They use the grinding wheel except for they mill the grooves in because that's the best way to do it. And they're all raw forgings, and they're all made for him, and they're all his specs. When he builds my club, it's 3 or 4 day process to build a wedge.
So would you consider yourself a tinkerer?
Yeah, I'm a tinker, but once I find something, I don't tinker.
No,
because he's used the same shafts in his irons
35 years.
For 35 years.
Yeah.
He's now the same Fujikura?
Fujikura, yep.
But he just went to a new shaft.
Yeah, TR.
The TR shaft that's
Ventus TR,
a
very
little
good.
stiffer, right?
It's a half flex stiffer than Ventus. And it's I learned a lot about shafts when I started doing I'm doing some stuff for Fuji too. Some Instagram stuff, and I went to headquarters about a month ago, Carlsbad, and I said, show me underneath that paint. What's underneath that paint? And why is Ventus TR different than Ventus? It's amazing what you find out. It's a peace of mind. So I looked, no paint in the shaft, reinforced in the tip, mid, and the butt. So you can see it's like you ever see a car with carbon fiber?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what it looked like, that carbon fiber look. So they're reinforced on both sides. I said, what'd you do that for? He said, well, what we're finding is no matter what the swing speed is, obviously the higher the swing speed, the more it happens, the shaft will lose its shape. Think about that for just a second. It loses its cylinder shape somewhere in the, whether it's at the butt, the mid, the tip.
Over time or every swing?
Every swing.
Brand new. Okay, because those fibers don't get weak. Okay, so once you make a swing, it loses its shape. So when it regains its shape, there comes a dispersion.
It's a spring, basically.
Yeah. Well, this one doesn't lose its shape. So what it does is it gives you what you give it. There's no surprises. And that's what I want. Everyone's in a too soft and too light of a shaft, period. Everybody. So the shaft I play, and I'm 59, I play a 60, it's almost 70 gram shaft, right? But it's an X tipped 3/4 of an inch. It's a telephone pole. Big high draws all day. Soft high draws. The softer the shaft, weak high cuts.
So basically you're burying the hole when you get older, you should have a little softer.
It's all horse shit.
Yeah.
Every single bit of it. And heavy. Why do you got to go it's light? My iron shafts are 125 grams, 130 grams.
That's me too, bud.
Yeah, what it doesn't matter. It's a sledgehammer. Can you control a sledgehammer or a buggy whip? Control a sledgehammer all day.
That's what I don't get, like that Acroflex or whatever, the $800 shaft that whips that's...
Good luck.
What is that?
Why do you think there's no one using it? Except for guys who want to hit far and don't care where it goes. Like, doesn't cost you anything to use it. In other words, if you hit it 75 yards off line, so what?
Like Justin Moose could hit that 500 yards.
Oh, my God. But we can't do that. Adam Scott tried it 2 years ago at San Diego.
How's that going for him?
He didn't hit any fairways for 4 days. He hit like 4. You're not using it anymore, but...
So, Fujikura, did they send you this shaft to say, hey, this is something new, we think you're going to like it?
Yeah, I always... They don't... Trust me. I don't know what I would really do. I've used it for their stuff for so long, but so have a lot of guys. But on the Champions Tour, they're like, what do you think of this? I think you're going to like it because they know I like stiff. And it is good. And they're on all my clubs. They're in all my wood, driver, 3-wood, and hybrid now. So it's good. I want it... The stiffer the shaft, the more it stays with you. Now, don't we want it with us?
Yeah.
But I want it right on me.
How do you work it?
He's not.
Is it hands?
No hands. Just
no, I'm saying when you're working, you're saying you're working the ball right to left with your driver.
The golf swing's built to do that. It does it by itself. My ball goes high and goes to the left. That's what it's supposed to. I have to work it to move to the right. But that's just more body motion. It's all done with body. Hands used to just holding the club. They don't do shit.
And then
better not.
But I mean, you see him take a wedge out with his hands. He blades it.
Yeah. Well, anytime that gets involved, anytime the hands get involved in anything in golf, you're finished. You can't trust them. They move.
But you're supposed to use your hands in the bedroom.
Look, they move really fast. These don't move fast at all.
So, and then something else that I find really interesting about your golf bag is your putter.
Mm-hmm.
You tinker a lot with your putter.
Well, this is Bryson stuff. This is all Bryson stuff. This is sick golf. Talked to him twice. He's taught me how to putt, basically.
Bryson, we're talking about?
Yes, exactly his technique.
So did you reach out to him and say, Bryson,
I reached out. I used the Sick putter last year, but I wanted, at the end of the year, I called Mark, who's one of the owners at Sick, now LA Golf bought him. But I said to Mark, I want to do Bryson's putter. He goes, completely. I said, the entire way he does it, except I want the flow head, not the answer looking head. He goes, all right. So we built it, put the C2L LA shaft like this in it. He sent me a video of how to do it. I'm looking, I'm going, it's insane, right? It's 80 degree upright. But there's only one way to do it. You can't make it your own. Otherwise it doesn't work. Like you can take and arm lock it with a normal putter at 71 degree line angle, just fine. But it's not the same. So I go to Tampa, they're in St. Pete, and I go see the Sick guys. Then they show me right there, Bryson's not in the pit and mix yet. And they show me, I say, I get it now. I see. Okay. So very upright. Then I talked to Bryson twice, and he said, once you lock the joints out at address, this is all physics stuff. Once you lock the joints out at address, all you do is move the shoulders. Now, when I had the long putter, nobody was better with long putter than me in my day. Nobody. All done with shoulders. So I had that same shoulder motion, arm locked. Good. Things have changed.
Right.
Okay. So once Bryson said lock it out, so what they do is the elbow joints and everything move this way.
So you're saying lock the elbows basically
They're out.
to the sky.
Lock them out. Lock them down towards this way. The shoulders are up. It's comfortably uncomfortable. It's exceedingly comfortably uncomfortable. It's awful feeling.
Yeah.
But once you move and once you get used to it, it becomes natural. The hardest thing to do was get the pre-shot routine.
Getting to that point.
But it's exactly the same as the short putter was. Now I have it down to a science. So now it's the same thing every single time.
To this day.
To this day. So, and this was back in November. I started with it. So you give it a grace period. Like, okay, is it going to be better? Does it matter? Am I going to make that one more putt a day that we all want? One more. We don't want to make 8 more a day. One more day, every day, add it up at the end of the year. Astronomical. Astronomical. One more a day. Is that what's going to happen? So, start out in Hawaii, go to the next 3 events. I went from wherever I was ranked last year in putting to 1.
Wow. So you're number 1 putting right now?
I'm number 2 right now. I lost the spot last week, and I'm pissed.
To who?
I have no idea.
All right.
So anyway, my point is it doesn't matter, but something happened. Is it a coincidence? Well, no, it's not a coincidence.
So again, back to you keep focusing in on the stiff shaft.
Yes, this putter shaft is.
So the putter shaft is.
It's like a piece of rebar, is what it is.
And so a little softer putter shaft gives you a little more feel in your hands. Mm-hmm. That bullshit.
Not necessarily, because it depends on how you putt. But
okay.
if I want to lock out, if I want to take away every single variable humanly possible, why wouldn't I?
Right.
Like he does it with his irons. Okay, they're all the same length. Totally get it. Going to try it.
Are you?
Oh, yeah, but I haven't done it. They're going to build me so that they just haven't done it yet, which I don't blame them. What do they care? But I'm going to try it because why wouldn't I try it? What if it's better than what I do? It may not be. And I'm like I said, I'm 100 years old, but I still care. So I'm trying to figure out how to get even better at this age.
You're still chasing.
Still chasing.
So
everybody's chasing.
The putter grip
everybody's chasing
that I noticed too is flat.
Dead
that
flat.
Locks on your arm.
Locks right here.
So it's rounded on the other side where your hand goes.
Uh-huh. And this is Bryson's stuff. This is, like I said, you can't make it your own because
I find this shit interesting.
You don't set up the right way, this won't move right. I mean, I get it. I totally get it. I could never have figured it out for myself, but I totally get it. With the long putter, I was up here, and I just locked it this way.
So is Bryson like talking circles around you whenever he was?
No, I totally understand what he's saying. Totally understand.
So you mentioned San Diego a little bit ago.
Hmm?
All right, and, obviously people know Rocco Mediate, and you could correct me if I'm wrong, but one of the biggest moments perhaps in your career happened in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
2008 U.S. Open, and you go head-to-head with Tiger Woods.
Mm-hmm. That's what you want.
That's what you want.
That's what you want.
You wanted that.
I had it before, and I beat him like the first time at Phoenix.
Right, exactly.
I always say that because it's cool that I did that.
You
did.
He was the number 1 ranked player in the world. I played with him the last 2 rounds, beat him, won the tournament. He was cool. He said, welcome back, because it was 2 years after back surgery. That's important to someone like me.
Yeah, sure.
To someone like him or other people that say, why is he mentioning that? Well, why wouldn't you? It only I had him twice. He won the big one, but I got one of them at least.
Yeah,
I trade him, but...
Was it Canadian Open?
What's that?
When you beat him?
Phoenix
Open.
99. He brought 600,000 in the gate that week.
Yeah, that's crazy. 600,000 people.
They didn't come to watch me, trust me.
But one of the most memorable scenes of that golf tournament, 2008 U.S. Open, was you were already in the clubhouse.
Mm-hmm.
And, CBS is
scoring 10.
They're pointing a camera on Rocco, and Tiger's got this little slider, 12 feet, I don't know, 15. Downhill hooking. And he makes it. It goes into Monday. He misses it. You're it.
I don't know if you real quick. I don't know if you remember this, but he even said when the camera panned him, he said he's making it.
No, I didn't. After he made it, I said I knew he'd make it, which I did, because you have to figure he's gonna. Would it have been cool if he missed? Well, of course it would have been. But I'm not up there going, all right, miss.
Right.
Whatever happens is going to happen.
You're expecting him to make it.
But the fact that he had the putt was different. Anybody else had the putt? Anybody else. You can call it disrespect, whatever you want. I'm already going, where's the damn trophy? Get this guy off the green. We're done here. But not with this guy, not with Tiger. You can't, like I said, I did the interview today about, people kind of look at me funny when I talk about him, but
no.
It's respect. We're talking about the greatest player that ever walked on grass, period. You can say what you want about anybody else.
I'd agree with you.
You're wrong.
I'd agree with you.
Because no one can do... And you think all the great players through the history of time, they're a handful. A handful, I mean 10 or 12 players. He's better than them at every single aspect of their game as he was us.
Yeah.
Every single aspect. Even, you look at Ernie, who was awesome. You look at Phil, who's awesome. They had no chance against him. He knew it, and they knew it.
He was just on that other level.
He never lost.
Yep.
He beat him. He beat him a lot of times before they started. But, Ernie won so many big. But if Tiger didn't come around, who knows what happens with these guys. But trust me when I tell you, I've seen it. I've been with him a lot. He did things. His father said this. He's going to do things every day that you guys talk about. And guess what? He's right.
He's right.
He was right. He was right. So
that
love him or hate him, that's the way it is.
Right. No, and I agree with you. I think everything you said is factual. I mean, he is the greatest golfer to walk.
It's a joke what he can do.
That putt goes in. What are you thinking now?
Let's go Monday morning. Let's go.
So now your mindset is, I got to keep going.
Yeah, my mindset was, I knew what I was doing through the air, and I knew what he was doing through the air. I felt when I woke up, there's pretty much no chance he can beat me. Pretty much no chance. Because if anything like that happens again, he can't recover. It's too fast. It's only 18 holes. You can't recover from sevens on the first. I mean, I beat him on the first 4 holes. Listen to this. He still won the golf tournament. Like 12 or 13 shots, I was lower than him on the first 4 holes for the week. 9 shots. Something stupid. Stupid. But I was behind him on Saturday. Made a 60, 70-footer on 13. He pitched it in off the flagstick on 17 where it should have went 30 feet by the hole, and he made it from 60 feet on 18. That's what they do. Was it lucky? I don't know what you want to call it, but the great players did things we couldn't. That's why they're great. And they all did it.
What do you do Sunday night? Go back to the house?
I just had dinner at the hotel. And
how do you go to sleep, though?
Oh, I couldn't wait to get up. That was the problem. I couldn't wait to get up. I did sleep, though. And we were teeing off at 9, and I was ready to go. I couldn't wait to get up because I wanted to get going. And I knew that it would be cool because you can't hide. You know where to hide.
It's exactly what you want.
Yeah.
1 versus 1.
Exactly what you want. Everybody else thought there was going to be a car wreck. In the press room, if you look that press thing up, if it's still around on Sunday night, I'm first in press. About 15, 20 minutes going by, and all I'm getting is, well, how can you possibly be here at 45 years old and you're 150,000th ranked player in the world, and they're busting on me. I haven't said a word about how I played. They're asking how and why. Well, Tiger walks in. He's standing by the door about 30 yards. The press room's huge. I'm sitting up there, and I went, all right, look, I'm done here. I'm done with all this crap. I said, I'm going to tell you something right now. That guy and myself are going to give you a show tomorrow. That's all I got to say, and I walked right by, gave him a little thing, and walked out the door, and that was the end of that.
That was it.
Because they all wanted the fucking car accident.
Right.
And they weren't going to get it. There was no way. Even when I gave them 3 shots in the front, I handed it to them on a platter on 9 and 10. Handed it, here, take these 2 because I don't need them. Simplest up and downs, a 3-putted 9, and I didn't get up and down from 5 yards off. It's pitiful, right? When I walked to 11 tee, I said to Matthew, there is no way he's beating me today. And Matthew went, what? Are you looking at I said, there's no way this is happening. Because I knew if I just could get going again, and it happened. It wasn't surprised at all. When I walked to 16 tee, I was like, yep. And when the ball left the club off of 16, a 4-iron, big, huge, high, right at the flagstick, I'm thinking we're done now. It's over. But it just didn't quite cover the front. It stopped in the grass. He hit the same shot with a 5-iron. We both were like this far apart, 50 feet short. But if they both flew another foot, it goes right by the whole tournament's over. Because if I got him by 2, we're done.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking. I wasn't going 16 going, oh, my God, what do I do here?
Right.
I went right at the hole. So I learned a lot that day. It was good. It was all good. Even though I lost, it helped. I was hurt for a while. Hurt me for a while, but it didn't, kill me. It was just I was just bummed.
And I'm sure it would hurt you a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you're in that moment there, and you're expecting
It was so
yourself.
much fun. I was more sad that we didn't keep going. Like when we were finished, I'm like, son of a bitch, this was so much fun. Why can't we play another couple holes?
Why don't
Because
we
it was
play
so
more,
much fun.
Double or nothing?
Yeah, let's go again. Let me have one more shot. But yeah, that was cool. It was definitely a cool moment.
Yeah, cool moment. Big moment in your career. And now you're 59 years old. You look great.
I feel
mean,
good.
You got yellow tape all over your hands.
Yeah,
right? I don't know what that
just
is, but
because in case I get split,
I like it.
practice. I can tailor the tape to my outfits too.
Well, and who picks that tape out? That's Francesca,
I
right?
do. No, I get this,
okay.
but I'll wear pink on Sunday for red.
Francesca's his daughter, and she designed some of your hats previously.
Yeah, she did that before.
Yeah,
so we'll do some more of that. But
that's awesome.
She's turning 7 here shortly. So.
That's incredible.
God bless.
So you do wear a little bit of different clothes. I kind of dig your style. I know Bash digs your style because that's his style.
Got
Shirts
Lulu
on tuck, Lulu,
Yeah.
Jordans, casual.
Very casual.
for being 59 on the Champions Tour, that's very different.
Yes.
Is that your creativity? Is that this is you, right?
I did all the, what's the word? The word am I looking for?
You did all the alligator belts, all
that crap
all the shit,
for years and years and years.
The $600 pants.
Yeah, when I got out, and the last couple of years, I went, you know what? I'm done. I'm done with all of it. I'm going to wear untucked shirts. Mm-hmm. I'm going to wear these Lulu stuff that I love because it's comfortable, and that's it. And if you don't like it, plenty of other guys you can go watch. I do not give a shit.
That's right.
And then the Jordan stuff is fantastic. I love the shoes. They're the most comfortable, supportive shoes I've ever worn in my life. So I don't care what people think about that either. Why are you wearing young guys' shoes? I went, Michael's 58. Shut up. What are you talking about? He's 58. It's my age. Okay,
You're older.
Stop it. I'm a year older. But, I mean, shut up with you. Why are you wearing old people's shoes? What are you wearing old guys' shoes for? So,
right.
So my point is, if you Gary Nicholas walked up on the range the other day. He's the best. I love him. And he's in the car. I think it was with his girlfriend. He's in the car driver. I don't know if it's his wife. He's driving up, and he looked and he went, what the hell kind of outfit is that? I went, one, you can't pull off. Drive on. Like that. He was laughing. I said, drive on. Get out. Go away. He was laughing so hard. But I'm like, I don't really care. I never have what people think.
And that's what people don't understand, though. Like, you look at your Instagram and everything, Jordan this, Jordan that. Mm-hmm. People think that you're I thought you were sponsored by Jordan, bud.
No.
You're buying those shoes.
I am buying them.
Because you love them so much.
I do. When you buy things, it cuts through all the
bullshit.
Yeah, it cuts through all the stuff. Would I love to be a Jordan athlete, or I would put that in quotation marks? I would love to.
A Jordan cigar smoker?
Right, but I like it regardless. I've only met him once, and this was years ago, but I'm fine.
Yeah.
I just do my own thing. I do not care. I don't carry a tour bag. Haven't since 2010. They're stupid. Why would you carry something so? But what is the sense? Look at the size of these stupid.
Well, they're
things.
bigger than Bash.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't do it the old. I do it my way, and if, like I said, if no one likes it, I don't care. Period.
I like it, Rocco. Mm-hmm. I like it. My man right here sets his alarm at 9:58.
9:59.
When the Jordan.
So do I.
When the Jordan drops.
Oh, do you want to make fun? He's right here.
I do.
He does the same thing.
I do the same thing.
He pulls off over the side of the road with Francesca in the car going to school.
No, actually, no. I'm in the circle going around dropping her off, and the alarm goes off, and she'll go, Papa, are you getting more shoes? No, honey. Don't say anything to Mom. Don't say anything to Mom.
Because you have to.
Yeah, I know.
These damn bots.
The bots make me so mad.
Why not just
we got to do something to destroy all bots.
Why not just pay secondary market price? Why, when I can get them for retail?
Yeah, we're going to retail because they add $100 to them.
Bud, we get it.
4 minutes later. Yeah.
Bud, we get it.
We're all crazy. Trust me, it's a sickness.
That's fine.
Is it a sickness?
I love it.
I got 3 pair.
And you know what it is? You know what it's about? The get too. Because when you get it, even when you don't want the pair and you don't get it, you're like, God dang it. Your heart sinks.
I could have used those.
Yeah.
Like today, I got the Jades ones today. I didn't really want them.
But
I'm like, I'll just see. And I get them like, I was pretty happy.
Here we go, boy.
And if I wouldn't have got them, I would have went, it's okay, but I would have been sad. So it's a sickness. It is. He knows it.
And another sickness of yours, well, not even a sickness. It's something that you love is cigars. I love cigars, Ryan. You smoke one every couple months, but when did this start for you? I don't even know. I think it's so badass when people swing with a cigar.
Yeah, it doesn't burn you. Yeah, I don't know when I started.
I mean, but I got holes in my shirt if I swing.
Yeah, and I'm not saying it's the best thing. It probably isn't, but
no, it's good.
I don't know.
It's not bad.
It's the only thing I do. I don't do anything else. I'm the most
how many a day
thing on earth. Oh, this will last me all day. Oh no, I don't go through.
See, Murph said you smoke 6.
6 in a week and a half, maybe. No, in a day. Murph's full of crap. No, like I had one this morning. Remember the one this morning? I left it out in the rain, so I didn't get to smoke the other half of that Maduro.
Murph, we should box them up and send them back to Ireland.
They wouldn't take them.
They wouldn't take.
You heard me, Murph. They wouldn't take you. They'd throw
Murph,
you out.
You're gone, bud.
No, I'd say
lax
1.5, 2.
Your lax environment. I told you this earlier. I love watching the Champions Tour.
Yeah,
it's
cool.
You guys out there.
We get it.
Seeing all y'all out there, Freddie Couples and your whole cast and crew, man.
Well, Freddie doesn't play any, unfortunately. He doesn't play enough. But
get him out there.
It's a really good.
It looks fun. I'll tell you from my perspective, it looks like you guys are having a hell of a time.
It's the same as it was on the PGA Tour because it's the same guys we're playing with. And we got it. Not that the kids don't. It's just different. It's like you're not going to bash them for being different. You want to. It's easy to because it's a different game. It's not a different game. It's a different way they do it now. We did it differently, and that doesn't mean we're right and they're wrong or vice versa. I like watching them play, but it's a whole different.
They're more technical, I feel.
Oh, it's a whole different ball game, and hey, so is every other sport.
But I also feel like, and I have to say this, I feel like y'all's venues, like the courses you play.
Yeah, the older ones, and
they're so beautiful. They look so great.
And they're like the lengths are 7,000 up. Everybody thinks we play 6,000 yard courses.
The Boeing.
Seattle. That's one of our favorites.
I love watching that golf tournament.
It's one of our favorites. It's way up in the air.
I mean, I love it.
Beautiful. It's good there.
You really watch Champions Tour?
I sure as hell do.
I think you're just saying that. I know you don't.
No,
I don't. I'm not. I mean, I pay attention to it.
But you don't pay attention to anything.
But
just let me say this. I'll tell you about the difference on this PGA Tour and the Champions Tour. Here's the difference. On the PGA Tour, like we're watching the Masters or we're watching whatever.
Scheffler
we'll
just
talk
made a
about,
bogey
did
Smith.
You see the shot that Jordan hit last week on number 7? We all saw it. When's the last time you heard, did you see the shot Langer hit on 4 last week in Houston? No, because no one cares.
Dude.
As much as that's the show. We used to be in the show. We're not anymore. We're in our own little show, and we love it. It's a great show.
It's a great show.
It's a great show.
And you don't like
it's
to walk.
It's just not the show.
You don't like to walk outside
of the tour.
That's right. When I'm out home and something, there'll be no walking here. I'm taking a cart with my music and having fun. When I'm playing for real, I walk.
And you're just hitting balls in the simulator. You're not playing either. That's bullshit.
That's bullshit. Although I played nice today. I had a nice little par 3 run.
Yeah, we took a little.
You didn't. You lost. You don't get shots in par 3s.
And
actually, I think we tied. But that was kind of fun. It was kind of fun.
A little par 3 challenge.
At least I get to swing. I mean, it's cold at home. It's cold here.
We're home.
It was fun. It was fun.
Outside of golf, I mean, I know you live, eat, breathe golf. Like, I get it. That's your job and everything. But, like, yesterday, you're like, bud, I'm playing golf until it's dark. Right. Well, we didn't get to do that. But you literally do that every single day. What do you do outside of golf?
Well, here's the thing. So here's the thing. Well, I can't do anything else because think about this. This sums it all up. So I'm gone. Let's just say I'm gone 25 weeks a year. Okay, back in the regular tour, it might have been a little more because there's some overseas stuff. But say 25 weeks, I'm gone. So that's half the year, right? Give or take. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to come home, and now I'm going to find another hobby to take me away for more time. It's not going to happen. 2 things. 1, I don't want to. B, my wife would say, just stay away. Just don't come home. Because if you're going to leave again to do something else you like to do, now this is my job, obviously. We understand this. But it's like golf trips. We were talking about that. Play Bandon Dunes. Well, I'd love to, but honey, yeah, I'm going to go with the guys for 4 days to Bandon Dunes. She would say, yeah, go ahead. Just don't come home. Because you're already gone. I have a 7-year-old. No. So I hang around at home. I just hang around. I practice. Now she's in school. So, from 9 o'clock till 3:30, she's gone. So we find stuff to do and get to see my wife a little bit more than usual, and that's the end of that.
So does your daughter, Francesca, is she enjoying the game of golf, or is daddy's job?
A little bit. She'll hit some balls with me, but keep her attention for 5 minutes is work. But she doesn't mind it.
Me too, bud.
I mean, she doesn't mind it. She's fun. She has a lot of fun with it, but she's not into it yet, and that's fine. She doesn't need to be.
So with your clothing, RoccoMediate.com, is that your website?
I don't have a website there.
But you got some merch.
Not yet. No, we got nothing.
Okay, so this is
we're trying to. That's why I'm asking you guys how to do this crap.
This is all prototype.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
I love that.
My son did this for me like 3 or 4 years ago, and I put it on golf bag. No, about 2 years ago. Put it on my golf bag just because he did it. I mean, I wouldn't have come up with anything myself. I wouldn't even care. But a lot of people are asking, so we're figuring out how to do that.
I like it.
Figure out how to do it.
That's you chasing birdies.
That's why
I'm
asking you guys. Yeah.
After golf.
Yeah, it'd be fun.
And you got this German creatine.
Yeah, Encore. That's right. It's good stuff.
All right, y'all out there listening, Encore.
I started taking it. Yeah. 6 months ago, give or take, and things have changed. Is it coincidence? I don't think so. Faster.
It's not a placebo effect.
I recover quicker. Blah blah blah. But I've definitely gotten stronger. But I do a little bit of strength work, but not much.
Yeah, you're right.
Push-ups and abdominals. So what? I'm certainly not a muscle fitness guy, but
me either,
it's made a difference. Something's happening.
Well, I'm going to give it a try.
Give it a shot. We know people that can get it to you too.
Yeah.
We know people. It's double the price because it's coming from us.
That's
but
all
it's
right.
still
and
good.
It's to us.
It's still good, yeah.
Money spends the same.
Yeah, exactly.
Bud, we were watching the Masters, and there's Rocco's mug swinging, talking about this stuff. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, they're good people
Rocco
too. And I get it. I mean, as we're getting older, obviously, it definitely helps that. Supposedly, I don't study that stuff.
No, I'm going to give it a go because I like creatine. Obviously, I like to go to the gym. You can't tell, but we'll give it a go there. So
I didn't say it. You said it.
All right, we're going to transition this bad boy over to our last segment of the show. It's called the Tap-In segment. And it is brought to everyone here and us by our proud partners, Bettinardi Golf. Jonathan's going to ask you 5 questions there, Rocco, that demand your quick-witted response. So take it over, bud.
When I say the name Mr. Arnold Palmer, what does that mean to you?
A friend. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's what it means. He was basically a father figure to me, but the guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was.
If you argued with him, you'd lose every time. Even if he was wrong, you would lose every time. Mm-hmm. He was tough. He was cool.
Favorite cigar?
Opus X.
That was
There's
quick.
one that you don't like of the Opus X.
Yeah, the Lost City. I like Opus X.
He told me don't get.
Tell you what, that
City.
Alec Bradley you gave me was money.
I just got a text message back, so I got some news for you.
Oh, good.
All right.
You get none. You get nothing and like it.
What were your thoughts going into a playoff for the U.S. Open with the #1 player in the world?
That I was going to beat him that day. That were my thoughts.
That's
truth. Why would I lie about that? I mean, people would go, what, you thought that? Yeah, I thought that.
So you're a very honest guy, which we've gotten to know you over the last 2 days, but it's been incredible. What would you tell a young Rocco?
Putt more. If I, like right now, even on the Champions Tour, I've putted better than I've ever putted, okay, in my career. But obviously I was a good putter. We're all good putters out there. Some are better than others. You have to be to stay there. If I would have putted better, I might have won a few more events. Like guys will say, I'd have won 25 more events. I might have won a few more, maybe 3 or 4 more events if I putted better in my career, not 50 more events. Might have won one of the big ones. Maybe I putt better at that U.S. Open. Maybe I make 1 or 2 more. But you never know. I would say putt more. Work more from 100 yards and in, because that's where I can get a new driver and hit further. I can get new irons and I can hit further. I can get a new golf ball that goes further. But from 100 yards and in, you better know what you're doing. Because you can't buy that. You can have great equipment to be able to do something, but it ain't going to help you do it. Where a driver mishit, no problem. You're still going to give me almost the same distance. A sand wedge mishit from 75 yards ain't.
Yep.
And that's why we lost the par 3 challenge.
Yes. You said it.
If you could take back one shot in your career, what shot is it?
Ooh, there it is.
I would have liked to have the shot in the playoff on the 18th tee. On 18 at Torrey, I did it the first day, had to hit a big, hard, nasty hook, like a kind of a controlled diving hook to get it to run out there. I couldn't fly far enough. I don't hit far enough. So the first day I hit a really good one way out to the right, drive that, hit 3-wood in the front edge of the green. 3-wood. The next 4 shots, I hit it in the left rough like a couple, on Monday I hit it in the left rough. I would have liked to have seen what I would have done if I drove that ball in that fairway and I had 235 yards to that flag. Wow. Because chances are I take a shot. Mm-hmm. Because if I don't, here's a couple things that happen. If I would have drove it, because Tiger hit a 5-iron on the green from up there on Monday. One of the prettiest drives I've ever seen in my life, couldn't walk.
That's 12 years ago.
Yeah, hit a 5-iron on the green. So if I'd have killed a tee shot,
14,
I think I got like 235 to the hole. It's a 3-wood for me, period. What would I do? I'm 99.9% sure I take a shot, because why? Well, if I lay up and make par or bogey somehow, well, I'm an idiot. Mm-hmm. If I shoot it at the flag and hit it on the green somewhere, 2-putt, he can't beat me. If I hit it in the water, I'm still dropping right there. I can still make 5. So I think I go.
You go for it.
Because I know with the 5-iron, he's going to have an eagle putt. I know that. And he didn't actually hit. He hit a nice shot, but he had 40 feet. But still, he hit a nice shot. But I would have liked to have that one over. That's the only one. I made some bad swings. I had to wait on 15 on Sunday for 20 minutes for a ruling, Hunter Mahan ruling. 20 minutes. I just birdied 14.
I knew I never.
I don't know what would have happened if I got to the tee and been able to hit. Because I hit it left and the left rough had to pitch out. I made a bogey. But my point is, maybe I still make bogey. But I wish I'd have hit a better tee shot than that. But 18. I'd like to see if I had a chance.
Yep.
What I'd have done. I think I'd have went.
Well, that's the tap-in segment, and those are some good answers.
I got one for you, just because I love you guys. On the Champions Tour, who is your favorite buddy player to play with right now at your age? Right now, who do you like to mesh with the most on off the course?
Jansen is one of my dearest friends. We went to see what I tell you was going to happen. Jansen's one of my dearest friends. We went to college together.
3 last 4.
We have he's just I just love him. We 2 U.S. Opens, which I hate him for because I got 0 U.S. Opens. Players, which I hate him for because I have 0 players. But Lee has been really cool. He's just one of my best friends.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but Lee's I've been close with him for a long, long time.
Love it.
I mean, I feel like this could go on for
days.
A day.
Yeah.
We need to film this with Murph involved too.
Oh my God,
Murphy.
Murph, yeah.
Murph.
So we might have to fly down your way, get Murph together, and do all that.
Is absolutely the best.
Rocco, follow him at Rocco_golf. The guy's dynamite. I mean, we're going to keep talking after we get off this. So thank you so much, Rocco.
You got it. As you know,
Western Pennsylvania guy. I mean, we looked up to you as a golfer.
I love being here.
And you got to play with Mark Getz yesterday, West Virginia.
Getzy, well, Getzy, we started talking a few years ago, and I've been saying this, and I'm going to say it again. He's coming.
Yeah.
And he is going to do things that you won't seem to grasp. Because one thing about Mark is he's a cold-blooded killer.
Mm-hmm.
He will step on you and then shoot you when you're done, when you're playing golf, because he's brutal, and he's doing just fine. We have a lot of nice talks, and he's doing just fine.
That's exactly what Sean Kovich, the head coach at WVU, told me. He said the guy can do anything.
Mm-hmm. And he knows a lot of stuff, and
good for you,
we're
Mark.
telling him a lot of stuff. And
awesome.
And he's from my hometown,
mm-hmm.
and I'm very proud to just talk to him about stuff. You know, he knows what he's doing, but there's things you can teach him. Not necessarily about golf, but about other things that help.
Yep.
You know, and
mental.
So yeah, I had Mr. Palmer to do that a lot. So unfortunately, he only has me.
Hey,
no comparison.
That's a great mentor.
It's fun. It's fun. He's a good boy, good family.
Yeah,
just good people.
Great. Well, Rocco, man, we appreciate your time, man.
You got
it's
it.
Great
Anytime.
to see you.
You know where I am.
Yeah.
Can't hide.
No, I love it. Thank you again for coming on here, chasing birdies.
You got it.
And we hope y'all enjoyed this one. Yeah, keep chasing, y'all. Nervous as hell if I were on that playoff.
Would you be, though? I love his
2008 U.S. Open playoff on Monday.
He basically said, I mean, number one, Tiger had one leg. And then he basically said, I got him. Like, he wanted that. He was accepting the challenge against the greatest golfer of all time, potentially. We're not there yet.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not. Jack Nicklaus is probably, but if you're comparing majors. And he wanted that, and he embraced it, and he still won 16. He still believed that he was taking this guy down.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, so I said it in the intro, I love how brutally honest he is about everything.
Yeah.
You know, he doesn't have a quote-unquote club deal. He just plays what's right for him, and he switches if he wants to switch, and he wears what he wants to wear. Shirt's untucked, Jordans, cigar.
Dude,
it's just a cool vibe.
He changes his grips on the reg. Like, I was sniffing around his bag a little bit, and it just smells like glue, new grips. And it's probably, and we didn't ask that question, but it's probably like every month, new grips are hitting sticks. But I haven't changed my grips in over a year, which, by the way, I'm going to have to do here at some point.
My irons I've had for the last 5 years, I haven't changed the grips on them, boys.
Get the hell out of here.
I haven't. I just clean them.
But what happens if you play in the rain? Like, when we go to Ireland, bud, your shit's going to be flying into the ocean.
Well, the good thing is I'll probably have them changed by then, because that is on my to-do list. But either way, thank you to Rocco Mediate for coming on. Again, we were at Nemacolin, a sponsor of the show. Thank you so much for sticking with us. Make sure you go check them out at nemacolin.com. I think all of the people that we had there for the party were really impressed with the indoor facility at the golf. You know, they got all the simulators, launch monitors,
dude,
dynamite to a T. The food's dynamite.
Yeah,
the peak is. How about the party in August at the Peak, bud?
It doesn't get higher than the Peak, man. I mean, that place is on fire. It's good stuff there. So yeah, we're appreciative of that. And you know, at the same time, we got to interview Mr. Ryan Shazier, former NFL linebacker for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's our next episode coming out here on Chasin Birdies. And that was pretty special.
It's a moving episode. It's a really cool episode in the sense of chasing birdies, because Ryan's chasing birdies in life. He's not a golfer, but again, it's one of those things where he was dealt a bad hand, and he's accepted it. That's what I loved about it. There is not one time that he said he would change it. Yeah. So anyways, stay tuned for that episode. Keep following along, guys, at Chasin_Birdies, ChasinBirdies.com for our website. We got a new website up. It's all the details. We got shopping. We got all our episodes on there. A little bit about us two yo-yos.
Yeah, bud. You did a great job with that, by the way. But no, really, thank y'all for listening to this episode of Chasin Birdies. We hope you enjoyed it with Rocco Mediate. Stay tuned for the next episode with Ryan Shazier. And if y'all get out there this weekend, make some birdies, have some fun, enjoy life. That's what it's all about.
And chip it and sip it.
Chip it and sip it. Thank you to Simpler Media and Evo for putting this thing together. Rachel London and Jacqueline for all your social media help. Y'all take care.